Well, hello everyone. My name is Jeanne Ann. I work for Doombrook, and of course, today is Tuesday at 10. Thank you for joining us. And we are so excited to have Betsy Kohn with Michigan City Area Schools. I've known Betsy for a long, long time, and she is a key person at Michigan City Area Schools as far as communication and keeping us all informed as far as parents and the community and back, also within the organization itself, administration and the teachers and parents. So we're very fortunate to have Betsy here. Of course, Doombrook, almost 33 years old, does child abuse prevention and intervention. We have three main programs. Healthy Families Prevention goes into the homes and teaches parents how to parent, how to help them do what they do well, and when they have problems, how to get resources and help for the problems they have. That's everything from expectant mothers to new moms and dads. So that's our Healthy Families program. Our other one is public education, where we go into the schools like Michigan City area schools and actually 6 counties and teach body safety, safer, smarter kids and teens that empower kids to take care of their bodies. It's a very positive improvement kind of program, self esteem improvement kind of program. And then there's intervention, which is our child advocacy center. We collaborate with Department of Child Services and interview children with suspected cases of abuse. So we've been around a long time, very proud of what we do, very proud of our work with Michigan City area schools. I think, and Betsy, you can talk to us about this, the collaboration of resources in our community because of people like Betsy who have been around a while and are familiar with the resources. I think that's one really unique thing about our area is that the agencies work pretty well together. We're
Mhm.
knowledgeable of each other's services and who benefits that from that, but the students and the parents of Michigan City area schools.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, Betsy, first of all, thank you. It's so great to see you as always. And
Thank you.
tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for Michigan City area schools.
Well, thank you, Jeanne Ann. It's wonderful to be here. My name is Betsy Kohn, and I'm the Director of Communications for Michigan City Area Schools. So I think a lot of our parents of students in our district probably know my voice, but maybe not my face, but because I often am a person that's calling, leaving an automated message for them. Or sending an email. You might get an email from me from time to time about one issue or another. So as this is I believe it's my 14th year with the Michigan
Wow.
City area schools.
Yay.
Time has flown by. Um, so really, my role here is, anything that is related to communication and community engagement. So that would be everything from, helping to train people and maintain our Facebook pages and our Twitter feeds and our district website to, our mass communications, those phones and texts and calls, and to really facilitating communication in every form. Um, Special events, district-wide events, or working with schools on specific projects that they need to really engage families in that work. And so, it's one of those other duties as assigned type of positions. So I'm often touching a lot of what happens in every aspect of our operation as a school system. So, communicating internally with our staff and also externally with our families and the larger community too. And of course, the media, that's another aspect of my role too. So, over those 14 years, a lot has changed. When I came, we had a very basic website, and social media just wasn't a thing. So
Right.
mean, if you can imagine, how far we've come, even individually, a year ago, we all didn't know what Zoom was. And, here we are. So,
Yeah,
we, and, the thing about communication is you have to go where your audience is. So if as our students and our families move to new ways of communicating, they move to social media, they move to their phones. We need to be there too, so that we can communicate. So that's what it's all about. It's
well,
a wonderful job. It's a wonderful school system. I just am so proud of the Michigan City area schools and the opportunities that we provide for our students. It's just really second to none.
right. Well, I agree, Betsy. Having been a counselor, as you know, for, 10 some years at Barker Middle School, it is a wonderful system. And I was saying to Betsy before we started today that she just is a fabulous person and does a fabulous job. And when those sometimes unusual, uncomfortable, problematic events happen, and you so beautifully orchestrate the communication, which is so crucially important to parents and children and students. You are a blessing, really, Betsy. They're lucky to have you, and you're very conscientious and you're very good at what you do. So, hats
Thank
off
you
to
so
you.
much. And it's
Well,
organizations like Dunebrook that, help us in our work as well.
yeah,
We appreciate just last week, I, was communicating with you all about, hey, we need to communicate with families about kindergarten roundup. And, I know you're bringing that message to the clients that you serve. So that's,
right.
a huge help in outreach for us as well.
Right. And as you said too, Betsy, it's the trust level. The parents and teachers and internally everyone's staff at Michigan City area schools trusts you and trust the administration to be able, do we always get our way? No. But to trust you that they can come to you, email you, send you a
Yep.
text, and ask a question instead of staying in an unknown place or having another parent who thought they knew what the answer was really feel.
Yeah. Well, that's the old adage is that's how rumors start. It's the absence of information, the absence of communication. Um, because human beings, we want there to be reasonable, we want there to be an explanation for everything. So
Right.
in the absence of information, we start to make up information. So,
Yes.
you know, we don't want anyone to do that. We want to keep
Right.
everybody informed and, be transparent about what we're doing and just have that door open. So,
Right. And don't assume, right, Betsy? I mean, I think
yeah,
all of us, myself included, still at my age, I assume things. And it's so much better when you check it out with sources like yourself.
right. And, we'll try our best to stay on top of every single different mode of communication. And then,
Yeah.
we have some great tools that can help us do that, we create one message and then we push it out there multiple ways. So,
Right. And maybe, I know, Betsy, you have a lot of information you want to give us today about what's happening in Michigan City area schools, but as much as you can, tell us maybe, given the pandemic, and this is our year-long anniversary here in March with the pandemic, what have some of the communication problems been with parents and
yeah.
students?
Well, I would, one of the key the key problems that we have, pandemic or no pandemic, is that contact information changes for our
Oh,
parents and our families and our
uh,
students. So just staying on top of that is a huge challenge.
uh,
It is, sometimes when you get a new phone, you get a new number, um, you get a new email, it can be easy to just oh, I forgot to let the school know.
yeah.
But that is so crucial,
Uh-huh.
not only to how we're going to get messages to you, but that's also, if there's an emergency and your child is injured, we need to make sure that we can reach
So true.
you. We need to we need you to be able to check your child's grades and attendance online, and those things have to be, you have to have an email so that, you're logging in with the right password and that kind of thing. So the email address, really every parent really needs to have an email address that is up to date and accurate, and a phone number up to date and accurate for you.
Sure.
So we don't want you to miss anything. We don't want you, don't want you to be left out in any way. So keeping up with that information is really key, and especially with the pace that it does change. So
Sure.
that's a huge thing. At the beginning of the pandemic, connectivity was a challenge for our district, and districts across the country. We were no
Sure.
different, although I think we were a bit ahead because of our, very, we were leaders in the one-to-one area, which means one device to one child. So every student already had a Chromebook, a tablet. They had one issued, or we could easily get one to them. Even last March when this first occurred, it's the connectivity at the home where we had to do a little catch up in some cases. So, thanks to funding from the United Way, grant funding, CARES dollars, we were able to, ensure we had MiFi devices, hotspots for some of our families in need. And, we have some other solutions that are connecting even another group, and we'll be talking about another program that's coming for that too. But, we kind of bridged that connectivity issue that happened early on because, the world moved online in the matter of just a few days.
Right,
It was,
literally.
we were in school and then we weren't.
We're not.
And so,
Yeah.
and that, unfortunately lasted for months. So we were also, ahead when it came to the instructional portion of that. So our teachers had undergone some significant professional development in the areas of, teaching online. So we were very, blessed as a school system to have started that work. And we were, as ready as anyone could be at that point. So now, we're in a frame where we have all different modes. We've got students, we have students who are in person, fully in person at schools. But then we have about 1,500 students who are learning remotely by choice. Their families wished for them to remain online for the remainder of this school year. And so we have, teachers who are teaching in a variety of ways, especially at the elementary level. Some of our staff are just exclusively online teachers, and they are teaching only students who are online. We have then it's at the secondary level, we have some who are teaching some class periods online and other class periods in person. And so while it's a lot to juggle and schedule from the counselor's perspective, it has, it's been a success and has worked well. We also have an asynchronous program. See, people are learning these new terms. Synchronous. Synchronous is what we're doing here now. We're speaking live with one another as we are remote. But the asynchronous is you're doing your work, you're watching maybe some recorded videos, and you're doing most of your work, on your own. It's not a live, Zoom call or a Zoom class. So, and that program is called the Michigan City Virtual Academy. And that's something we had for the previously. That was not as a result of COVID that we developed that. That was something that we saw a need for by a portion of our students, and we were able to expand that program, and now we offer it K through 12. It used to be a 9 through 12 program. Wonderful. This year it's a K through 12, and it will continue next year as well. we'll continue to have the virtual academy.
That's
So
great, Betsy. And hats off to all the teachers, right? My goodness, they have jumped
absolutely,
in.
they are absolutely heroes. are
Yes.
from the standpoint of adapting that instruction so that it's still effective and engaging the students. And we have so many heroes in our district, from
Yeah.
not only the teachers but those counselors, the social workers.
Yeah.
Food service has been absolutely amazing during this time. They're still providing weekly bags of meals for those remote learners, as well as feeding in person students. We've got just an amazing transportation department that has gone absolutely above and beyond on several projects, including the beginning. They were delivering some meals to different neighborhoods, and now they're transporting students who need to be in our buildings for testing only because they're online, but they're coming to schools for testing. And
Wow.
we have just a tremendous instructional support team. Our Sodexo custodial and maintenance has been phenomenal, transforming our buildings into COVID safe places, with the sanitizer and desk shields and face masks and lots of new protocols
Right.
that have made this quite the interesting year. But, it's just a testament to
Yeah.
how professional all of our staff are and how able they were to adapt and plan. And our
Right.
school and district leadership team is, phenomenal
Well, really,
as
really,
well.
Betsy, that's wonderful. It's so much to take on, and they've all, as you said, all the different departments stepped up. Not that there aren't problems or continue to be problems, but wow.
Right,
First of all, you were ahead of the game because you had
right,
done a lot of a lot more stuff.
right.
Well,
And
so really
big
kudos.
props to our technology department,
Yeah,
because this would not be, they're repairing devices and training, and, they're, talk about adapting. They have really stepped up and
that's
adapted. So,
wonderful. Do you
yep.
have any, before you get into all the things going on, Betsy, that I know you want to talk about, and we'll make the flyers available on our website as well as Michigan City's, but any tips for parents or students listening that you would want them to make sure they're aware of, in addition to updating their contact information or the connectivity, if they're having a problem to let you know, but is there anything in particular, given it's been a year-long anniversary, that especially coming in these next few months of school, that you want to make sure tips that they should be aware of or do, or
Yeah. I think at this point everybody has remembered our SWIM acronym,
yes, yes,
check for the COVID symptoms.
right,
I don't give up now. We're getting close to beating this thing, but we
yeah,
need you to, maintain that, the
sure,
COVID symptom checks, and also wearing the mask. Kids have been great with that, and, congratulations and kudos to everybody for really complying with that and understanding the need. Um, Immunizations, making sure you're up to date on those immunizations. And just because you're up to date now, well, guess what? Maybe next school year you may need some other immunizations. So, just stay on top of that, including that lead test for kindergarten, which is a
yeah,
requirement unique to Michigan City, but something we feel is very important.
right,
Um, and then, just beyond that, just being being hanging in there, have grit, celebrate that you have made it over this past kind of crazy year.
yeah,
Stay flexible, you know, relax, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. you
right,
know, um, I think
yeah.
all of this,
We
it,
talk about
yeah, we're really intent on, on just stay focused on your academics, but also, remember to take care of yourself and that social emotional side.
Yeah.
We want to emphasize that as well for our
Right.
students and their families,
Yeah,
because we
Betsy,
know
that
it's
is
been,
fabulous advice. I mean, I think, we're in this coming out phase of the pandemic, but whether you've gotten the vaccine or not, keep wearing the mask, keep being socially distant, keep washing your hands, be aware of it. And you talked about the immunizations, but the social emotional, I think average people whose lives aren't too complicated, this has been hard, let alone students and parents who have, existing complications. This has been just an additional blow to that. So I think sometimes we minimize, like, oh gosh, I should be able to handle this. Well, it's okay if you're not able to handle any part of it, even now when it seems like it's getting better. So to ask for help or go online and learn or talk to your family and friends, like I'm struggling here, you
yep.
know?
And, and stay connected,
Mhm.
stay connected to your school, stay involved as a parent,
Mhm.
just stay on top of
Yeah.
the grades and the attendance. We have a parent portal, so you can, go check, just, be aware and be a
Sure.
great, model it yourself.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you want your child to do homework, get caught, you do something to enrich and learn yourself,
Sure.
um, have them watch, see you reading,
Yeah, right.
those
There
kinds
you
of
go.
things. It just, see, have them see you learning something.
Yeah.
So
Gosh,
it is,
that's
it just
great,
gets
great.
kind of spreads.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. And kids
yep,
do model, whether they're
right,
young or old. Yeah.
yep. And if, as you said, if you have any questions or any concerns, please reach out to your school principal, your child's school nurse. If it's a health question, we're all here to help and are happy to help. So
Great.
um,
That's
yeah,
great. Great advice, Betsy. You covered it all. I mean, a big picture umbrella, you covered it all. So thank you so much. And why don't you go ahead and tell us about some of the things that are coming up that you'd like us to be
sure.
aware of?
Well, the very next thing that's happening is next week. It's March 22nd through the 26th, is our kindergarten roundup. And so if your
Yes.
child will be age 5 before or but by October 1st, um, then they are eligible for kindergarten in the fall.
Ooh.
So this is a kindergarten roundup this year. Because of COVID, we are doing it online. And so you will just need to come to our website, and we're going to have the application will be live beginning Monday. And you can fill out a simple form there. You do need to have a few things handy, which are all listed there. So
Yeah.
before you actually start, that we're going to ask you to attach. And so if you can, if you're working either on a computer or on your phone, if you can take a picture of those documents, your child's birth certificate, your own driver's license,
Right.
your proof of residency, which can be, that can be, a utility bill or a lease agreement or,
Sure.
anything that would prove where you live. Take a snapshot of that for us. And also your immunization information, if you've got that, please take a snapshot of that. And the other piece is just to make sure that you have handy the contact information for your emergency contacts. So those people you're going to list on your child's record as, the people to call in event of emergency, make sure you have those numbers handy,
Sure.
because all
Sure.
that's the information that'll be needed when you complete it online. If
Great.
anybody has problems with uploading any of these documents or, has something else that they need assistance with, they just can't do the online, then they can just call the school that your child will attend, call that elementary school, and they will be ready to assist you in person by appointment only that week. So just give them a call. The secretaries will be happy to make an appointment for you to come in, either just drop off a document or, actually complete the entire process right there. So we're trying to make it easy for parents. On Tuesday next week, that's the 23rd, we're going to have a kindergarten Q&A chat on our YouTube channel. So it'll be a live Zoom that'll be streaming, and we have a form there now that you can, if you have a question, either during the broadcast or in advance, you can. And we've got some really great folks lined up to be on that chat. We've got a principal, we have a teacher, a kindergarten teacher, Susan Schell. Our principal is Lisa Emschweiler from Springfield. Susan Schell is a teacher at Marsh. We've got Brandy Moreland, who's the nurse at Edgewood, and we have Kathy Schroll, who is our fantastic Cool Springs School Secretary. So those are going to be our panel of experts, and feel free to tune in for that. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll give you some great tips about making sure your child is ready for kindergarten, academically and socially, and some of the things that they might be expected to know and do when they come to kindergarten. So that's Kindergarten Roundup. We also, right now, we are accepting applications online for our elementary magnet schools. So that would be Pine Elementary, which is focused on the arts, and Lake Hills, which is focused on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So, and a magnet school, just for those who may not be familiar, those are our elementary schools that serve all the children living in their neighborhood boundaries, but also have space to take a limited number of students from outside of those boundaries who may be interested in those themes. And so if you're interested, we do have, basically like a lottery system where you can sign up, and we will, if as space allows, we will admit X number of people into those programs. The most slots for magnet schools are in kindergarten, but then we do sometimes have openings grades 1 through 6 as well. So go online, sign up. The deadline for that is April 30th, so that's open now. Our high school also is having Wolfpack Roundup, which is an annual event that Jeanne Ann may remember from her time as a counselor. But this is again going to be online this year. They're going to be streaming their online meeting on April 22nd, so that you'll see a little bit more coming out about that. But they've got a lot of folks from the high school lined up to be there to talk about the various programs and opportunities, which are many at Michigan City High School. So if you have an 8th grader, be sure to do that. We also have, speaking of 8th graders, now is the time, if you are the parent of a 7th grader or an 8th grader, to sign up for the 21st Century Scholars Program. And that's a tremendous program, right? That is, some people may not even realize that this exists, but it is a 4-year tuition, a full tuition program. It is based on your income, but if you must enroll in it as a middle school student. And then when you graduate from high school, you can have your college tuition 100% covered through this program.
Right,
and
for Indiana colleges.
For an Indiana, right, for an Indiana college. So this is a program unique to Indiana. It's called the 21st Century Scholars. All you have to do is sign up, qualify, paid, don't turn away free money. This
Right.
is a
Fabulous
huge,
program.
huge program, right?
Yeah.
Huge benefit. We've got, of course, the Michigan City Promise program as well. That program you actually sign up for after, in just after you graduate, or toward the end of your senior year, I should say, in high school. So, and that's a program for residents of Michigan City. You must be a homeowner in Michigan City boundaries.
Right.
So that's another fantastic opportunity for Michigan City high school students. So definitely sign up for those two programs. There's also at the high school, they're going to have, we have a new requirement this year at the high school, and that is that all graduating seniors have to complete the FAFSA. That's the Federal Application for Financial Student Aid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm giving the acronym correct,
Well, right.
but so this is something that is, so crucial to our students that our school board last year approved this, that, every family must complete this. This is key to grants and scholarships
Gosh,
and
that's great.
everything that is the next step.
Right.
So either you have to complete it or you do have to sign a waiver, or a waiver request to be approved for that. So in order to help families, it's, there is a bit of a process to completing all of the paperwork. It's all online, but in order to assist families, we're having a FAFSA night on March 24th at 6 o'clock to help you with completing that.
And is
So
that virtual?
that is in person at
Okay.
Michigan City High School at 6 o'clock on March 24th.
Wonderful.
Aaron Garrett is our
Yeah,
college and career coordinator. He's sending out information to seniors and their families about that. But we really want to make sure that people, will sign up for that. And there's just there's a lot exciting happening at the high school level, particularly this year. We've got some really cool new course offerings that are coming. There's things like, they're doing supply chain management now, and there's a robotics design class.
Right.
They're adding some stuff on entrepreneurship and creative writing, the new manufacturing class, sports entertainment and marketing.
Oh
There's
my
some
gosh,
really,
how exciting is that?
some really exciting things going on at the high school, and of course also at our A.K. Smith Career Center, which is just a huge opportunity for students to earn dual credit, earn industry certifications in a variety. That program is really growing and growing in every way. A lot of new partnerships coming into that realm, and it's all a great benefit to our students. And
It just
for
opens
their
up the options, right?
it
Betsy, for
really
so many students.
it's huge. It's huge, and it's an elective that you can use to explore a career, something you're thinking about but you're not sure. Why not take that class?
I remember having a student at Barker, and we went to A.K. Smith, and she went to a welding class. That's what she ended up doing and loving it. Females in welding. I mean, it was so exciting.
And yes, and we have some real superstar in the females that have come through the welding program, and very highly sought after in by business and industry. So very highly.
And they make a very nice salary too.
Yes, yes, very nice. Probably better than ours.
Yes, exactly. Well, gosh, Betsy, that is great. Is there any, I mean, I know there's tons more, but anything else you want to mention?
The other thing, and I think people are starting to ask about, is summer school. And that is, summer school is just around the corner. We are going to be doing in-person summer school at all levels. At the kindergarten, or for students entering kindergarten, If you go to our website and you're enrolling your child for kindergarten, you'll find the link right there to enroll also for Kindergarten Countdown, which is a really great summer program.
Okay.
And then for our elementary, we will be having, we're calling it acceleration. It's not remediation. It's acceleration
Okay.
because we
There you
are
go.
quickly bringing kids up to grade level so that they're really ready for that rigorous material and set to go in the fall. We have a really exciting program at middle school that involves using turntables, like DJ turntables,
Yeah.
to learn STEM concepts, math and science. It was wildly popular with the kids last year, and
Great.
very successful. We're going to bring that back and expand that, and then a full range of course offerings at the high school level for to earn credits, including of course the popular summer gym and other classes. So the dates, it's going to start June 14th and it will run through July 9th, Monday through Friday. So the forms will very soon be up on our website to enroll in that program as well. So just keep an eye on our website and social media. We'll be sending out information that it's going to be soon time to enroll in those programs.
Oh my gosh, such great things happening, Betsy.
Yes,
Thank you,
absolutely.
thank you. A million thank yous. You've been so helpful with all that information, and I know that's a lot to share in a very short period of time, but they should go to your website, email you, call you if they have questions.
Yep, absolutely.
And we wish you, Doombrook wishes you all, you particularly and the whole group, all the best for these next few months of school. And a million thank yous for navigating this crazy year as well as you have.
Oh, thank you for all the support of Junebrook and the support of the community. We truly have a great community supporting us and behind us every step of the way.
All right, Betsy, you take care and we'll talk to you soon.